Good afternoon, members of Spiritual Cryptid Encounters. How's everybody today? As for me, I came back to where I used to live for about 15 years here in Elms Grove Estates. I'm walking to where I have my mobile home, which I'm going to show you right now. I want to flip the camera over. It used to be Lot 49, and it used to be right in here. This used to be where my mobile home set. And I'm going to show you the view that I used to have. None of this mobile homes, these little RVs that used to be here. They just put those here, but my mobile home used to be here. And I had the whole view to the park where we used to live. So we had the view to the park from this section, and that ways you could literally see the park itself from the back of my mobile home. The sliding door, you could see everything. Like I said, I had a view to the park. So I'm gonna walk this ways. I'm just showing you where I used to live. Miss Evelyn used to lives here, I believe still. I'm not sure if she still lives here or not. But it was her yard with me and my nephew. Me and my nephew seen it go through her yard, and it was done over there by that light pole. There's a light pole over there, and that's where we witnessed it running down the street. So I'm just giving you an idea of how far it is to the street, that how visible it was close, that it wasn't that far away to be able to see it running down the street. So how you doing, Brother Tony? So I'm gonna go down the street. I'm gonna walk down the street. You know, like I said, you can see the park down there. You could see the slide. You know, that's how far of a distance. That's like almost I would say over 100 meters. I'll say like almost 150 meters maybe. But all this mobile homes that used to be here, because it's a flood zone. When the creek rose, a lot of mobile homes that used to be here got swept away by the water and got flood damage because the water rose and it was pretty high. The vehicles got damaged and houses got damaged. But there's a park and the slide. You see they're painted it red. And the park, the swing set is over there where my son had gotten lured in there. So I'm going to go over here. Let me switch the... well, I'm not going to switch the camera. There's the swing set. I'm going to walk this ways to where I had an encounter happen to me. One of the encounters when I was staying here in Elms Grove. See, that's the name of the office, Elms Grove, as y'all can see right there. So I'm gonna walk through here. Now I'm just taking y'all to see how big it really is. You know, the way they made the park look in the TV show, and giving it justice because it's actually a pretty big park within the mobile home park. See down there, you can see the limestone where it's a creek, and I'm going to take you that way. But I'm going to take you to where I had an encounter here with my nephew as we were sitting down beside a picnic table. Let me see if I can find the tree. It's one of those trees right there where we're sitting by the table, and a giant branch broke off the tree. And when it broke, there was one that landed right beside me, and it went into the creek area. Let me see if I can find the branch where y'all can see where the break is on it. I know it was a big branch that broke off the tree. Let me see if the tree even exists here. So all I know was this most likely I would say that this was a tree right here, but that's all that's left of the tree. Whatever it was so big that the tree broke, and there used to be a picnic table right here. And when the tree branch broke, it landed right beside us. As it landed right beside us, we seen one of these creatures. You know, people want to call them dogman or whatever, like creatures, that landed right beside the tree branch, and it went running into the creek. But this is the other little side of the park. So it went running this ways into the creek. And it ran past the tree lines into the creek. And then it came out of the creek over here, and it went running down that ways. But it was pretty fast, you know. It jumped through here. It's, you know, you could actually go down in there. There's a creek right there. So I'm gonna walk. I'm just showing y'all how it looks. I'm gonna go down to the creek area here, so y'all can see the creek. So there's the park. Try to come during the day so y'all can get a view, more or less, of the area. And here's the creek. See, right now there's water there. So it came out running out of the creek after it jumped in there, and it took off running that ways to the direction of where those kids are playing over there right now. So I'm gonna head on that ways, but I'm just showing you the creek. See, it looks like something. It's not that hard to climb that area right there, and there's trails up there. There's a trail up there where you could go into those woods up there. So I'm gonna walk this ways now. I'm gonna go walk along the side. And I hope everybody's doing great. I decided to come back this way just to show y'all, because when I came to the return of Elms Grove, I didn't really get to show you the whole park. But that's why I came to show you how the park is, and you know the trees are pretty big size acorn trees. So I'm just gonna walk along here. Hopefully, you know, you might never know. You know, it's fresh here in Texas right now, and we might be able. You might never know what we run into, but you know, when there's water, there's always some kind of animals around where there's water. But there was a trail that used to be here where you could cut across into the creek, but I'm not going to go there right now because I had an experience where I got shoved off that trail. I'm just trying to remember where the trail is. Yeah, I got shoved off the trail back there. I'm thinking, I can't remember where the trail is. It's up there somewhere. I'm thinking, let me see if I can find it. Where I got shoved off of it. Yeah. There's that trail up there, off the ridge. I literally got shoved up by something from the back. I think the entrance to there used to be a entrance where you could actually walk across and climb up. I think I can't find it. It's been a long time, but you could really walk from up there. And there was one day where I was walking there and something ran behind me and pushed me off the trail, and I landed inside the creek. Luckily, I was able to grab a branch and land safely without getting injured. So we're walking along the path. I know there was some kids over here playing around. So I'm just giving an example. Last time that we're here, when Sister Priscilla was praying with a Palo Santo, there was a tree, and I'm gonna go through the tree because that image stayed in my mind of what we seen. I believe we were parked right over here, and we were standing one of this three trees over here where we were praying. She had the Palo Santo, and let me see if I can get to the tree. I believe it was that tree, the third tree. It was something was picking from behind it, that I was actually able to see it while she had the Palo Santo. And I believe those three trees right here, that's where the unclean spirit was going through, from those trees, from that tree to that tree to that tree. So I'm going to go to the tree, which was, it was a shadow spirit that was transferring itself from tree to tree. And then it decided to come out, and it went to started going up to this big tree over here. And as it went to this big tree, you know, and it was laughing, it went in towards the trees, towards the creeks. And this is a tree that it came to. So I'm just going to continue to walk this ways now. I'm getting a view of the park, a better view. No, I know somebody was playing here right now, so they might be in the woods. I'm not sure if they're in the woods or not, but I'm going to go in there because I wanted to try to see if I can go to more places than here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in there myself to see what I feel, a sense. So I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum from here on out. Y'all remember the story about the GI that they said he had just come back from Afghanistan. They wasn't afraid of nothing. Well, there's a swing set where I was sitting down, and I would tell him I would stay right here because it was 3 a.m, and I told him that I know there's negative energy there. So this was where I sat down right here. He went up to the tree line right there, and that's where he got assaulted spiritually, where he was bleeding from the wrist, the ankles, the neck area, the armpits, was from this woods right here. So I'm right here at the entrance, Elms Grove Estates right now. The park, the pathway where I had my encounter. But you can see the park itself is pretty big. You know, the park within the park. One of the things when things happen to my son, you know, where I found him at, I'm gonna go to it right now. I found them on the other over there in the woods, inside in the woods. I found them in the woods. I don't know how I seen them. All I know, I remember the top of the head of his hair, and that's where I found him, inside the woods. But one of the things that's always caught me off guard is this big water thing. How that manhole right there. You know, I believe it has steps that go down there in there. So if there is something that exists, you know, it's possible that it might be underground. And one time here, I found a shoe of a little girl right by this manhole. So, but I'm just taking you to see, so y'all can see how dense it is in here. And I'm gonna go in there right now. Do the sign of the cross before I go in there. And I believe there's somebody in there right now. So I'm gonna go the opposite way. I hear somebody in there. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe I should go down the path, or should I wait for them to come out? But yes, I'm gonna go in there right now. No, I think somebody's coming out. So once they come out, I'll go in there. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the I guess there's somebody in there in the path. I'm waiting for them to come out. Once they come out, I'm gonna go in there, and I'll be able to record better once they come out of the path. So I'm just waiting. It's waiting for them to come out of the path, so I can be able to record. Maybe I can talk to them. Yes. How y'all doing? All right. I'm just doing a little recording of the path, of this path. Y'all, have y'all been living here for a long time?
We just moved in.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to live here. I just came out in an episode of This Woods Are Haunted. So it was season 3, episode 2. I used to live in this area, and I was always, there's some things that happened here in this location right here where y'all came out. Happened to my son when he was playing in the swing sets. So I'm just coming and doing a recording to see if I catch any more activity, like what happened to my son. But he was playing with his friend in this location right here. One day, he was like 5 years old, and I couldn't find him. Him and his friend, and we searched everywhere. We couldn't find them, and when I found them, they were inside the woods, but they were like in a trance-like state. So, I got them out of the woods, and they were saying that a man in black had called them into the woods. So I had searched the woods, but I couldn't find nothing. But then after that, we started catching a lot of paranormal activity.
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm here to make the video. But y'all just moved here, so you haven't witnessed anything of any kind of sort?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Here we go. I'm going down the path again. Let's take a better look. You see, when the water rises here, it brings anything that it can grab and drags it into the woods. That individual, they said they just moved in here, and the children are playing on the swing sets. They said they've never witnessed anything or experienced anything, but they're new here in the area. So I'm just gonna go slow to see if I can sense anything. There was one day where I was standing right here because I heard something behind me, and I seen a creature that came right by those trees that are crossing over the path, and it crossed in the middle of the path. As he crossed into the middle of the path, it went to this side of the path into the bush. I believe it followed a trail that was here. Let me see. Used to be a trail here that it crawled into the woods. But I'm just gonna go this ways and so y'all can see it better. They said they haven't experienced nothing, you know, so I don't know. That they're new. Just like when I moved in here, I was new and nothing was happening in any kind of way. I already heard some movement over here to the right somewhere. See, I'm going to show you the path, how it looks like a tunnel. Because the trees, it crosses over like a canopy. You know, when I heard the woman yelling for help, you know, because I knew the path. And when I got here at nighttime, you know, it was pitch dark. That you could barely see anything because it was so pitch because of how the trees cross over. You know, that when I walked through this path, when it was cold that evening, that I had the bat in my hand, I was just listening for the voice of the woman yelling for help. We were just right around the corner right there. That I could hear her very close. That was when I was fixing to swing my bat. So I'm just gonna show the woods to y'all. You see how darker it is here than in other sections. When I was going through a lot here, and I was fighting spiritually, I had a lot of cameras that the batteries blew up out of them. My lenses would crack and stuff like that. So I'm just recording right now like this so y'all can see. And before I go, I'm gonna change the camera over to me. Because I wanted to go to another section where I had something else happen to me. But for right now, you know, I'm just here. And right now the debris is covering the tree where in my picture, you can see the creature standing right there. But there's debris that grew here now. So now that I'm gonna record a little bit more like this. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the camera over to me. Yes, last time that I came here, when I was standing here, the path, there's a little path right there where, let me turn it around. I could hear footsteps coming my way from that direction where we're standing here. And I was hearing footsteps coming from over here, from the woods. But I just came to y'all because, you know, sometimes like the old videos, yeah, it was an old video with an older camera. So I came with this camera that I have now on my cell phone that's a little bit better. But I'm here in this area. I see I can sense anything in any kind of way, which I'm sensing. I sense something here, right here by my ear. But I'm gonna walk like this, record like this for right now, with it facing me that way. Right here was where I got dropped one time when I was coming to the store. I got dropped right here, but all my energy got drained. When I woke up, right here in the section where I'm standing, there was this young man coming down to school, and he seen me, found me in the woods here. He had picked me up and tried to help me to the house. You know, I was a big guy, and I kept on falling down. But let me switch it over so you can see this view. when I turned around, when I was looking for the lady, that's where I stood right here. I stood around right here. Let me see, right here. As I looked down the path, and that's when I seen the one closest to me was right there by those trees right here, which was the bigger one. He was standing right here in this tree area right there. I could see the one standing there. There was another one further that way, and one further that way, and 3 were standing down this side of the path because I could see their eyes, their eyes glowing at me. Back here, when I'm talking my story, that if I had like 10 feet to go, 10 feet to run into the creek, there it is right there. I could have run into the creek, and the creek is down there, where I could have probably jumped into the creek, when they were flanking me from behind, or I could have run probably like 30 feet that ways, where the bridge is. There's a bridge over there, but I chose to walk down the same path that I traveled, which was right through here. The day that me and my nephew, taking one of the pictures, I'm in here. I really don't want to go into the woods, just in case there's some kind of energy or something in there, So I'm staying in the path right now. But I'm just giving an example of how it looked. But they were real close. The one that was standing here was by this tree, this tall tree, or this tree right here. Just standing right there, he was pretty tall. I'm gonna flip the camera around. I got my black tourmaline on right now for protection, and I did a little prayer before I came in here. I wanted to take you to this other section where I had an encounter. Let me see how much battery power I got. So I still got plenty of battery power. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this area and go to this other area which would be the last area that I take y'all to, where something happened there in that area. And I'm gonna go to that area right now. I'm gonna keep the video recording, because sometimes things pop up in the videos that you least expect. So I'm just gonna keep them recording as I leave these woods, and at the same time, I'm not here to bother any spirits in any kind of way. I'm just making it live feed. Yeah, you're not welcome to follow me in any kind of way. So I'm getting out of here. It's like every time I come in here, it's real quiet, and all of a sudden I could hear little birds chirping over here to the left of me. So we're getting out of here. So if anybody ever decides to come to Elms Grove Estates, that want to venture out, daytime is a good way of just checking it out. But at nighttime is when the activity really picks up here, guys. That whatever's within this woods, it comes out of the woods at nighttime, and it goes throughout the park. And where I used to live, you could see the dark shadow figures coming out of the park. They come here by the swing sets. They'll come to the swing sets, and they'll be going throughout the park. At nighttime you'll be able to see the shadow figures, because as you can see, there's poles of light. So the light, you can see whatever's over here, because there's light poles that you're able to see what comes out of the park. So I'm gonna go to the vehicle, and I'm gonna take you to another location where something happened, and it's up the street. It's still within the same vicinity of Elms Grove, I'm gonna take you there real quick, where something happened there. I hope y'all enjoying this video. It's always risky for me to come here. The Philippine lady used to live right here in this section, and what she's the one that told me about the lycanthrope or shapeshifter that lived in there. She used to live right here, and when something surrounded her was in this woods by the cactus over there, you know, and she had told me to stay out of this wooded area because there was something there. But she moved out of the park. So we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna leave it on. I'm gonna tell her to take me to the other little section. Okay. We're just going to the up the hill over here. Oh, the dominoes right there. Yeah, it's not been meaning to come over here. People, I didn't want to take no pictures. I'm just doing a recording because I want to stay live here. But you know, the memories here of this area is just you know, when you experience something, it's always going to be with you in memory. What you experience is going to stay with you because you experienced it. And you know, I don't live here, but I am concerned of like that woman with the children that we just seen. You know, she had got 3 children, and she's got them in there in that path where I had my encounter. You know, that's why I told her what I told her. Maybe she would look into it. But yes, we're just gonna stop right up in this other area, so I could show where I had the encounter with the trees. The story I talked about, the encounter of the trees underneath the big tree, where I had placed some chickens in a cage, and some trees grew out of nowhere. I'm just gonna go to that area, and then that'll be the end for this video. So we're here. She's just parking. I'm gonna walk y'all. All right. You see, that's a path. That's a road I used to walk. This big quad is a big quad that I used to walk. Where I had up on top of the hill, I had an encounter with what seemed to be like a wildcat, and they chased me all the way to this building. There's an airmark up there. Here in this empty lot, there used to be a man that had a house that he would sell antique weapons, and he had gotten murdered. And people just come and pollute on his land, and they throw stuff on it. But I had something happen here to me and my son, and we're gonna walk that ways right now. I'm gonna take you to the location. See, people just throw, but his house used to be over there. So we're gonna go to the location of where things happen to me. This is one of the other videos that I lost that I was trying to debunk. I think I have a picture of that video. I think it's where you can see some trees, and you can see something that looks like a creature running. And this is a tree. The trees, and I'm taking y'all there right now. Let me do the sign of the cross again, which is a different location where I had something happen to me. There you go. Here it is right here, folks. I'm going to enter it. The path that's here. It looks like it's grown from the last time that I came in here. See all these little trees, these trees that are here. When I came in here, when I made a video a long time ago, they wasn't here, but they grew out of nowhere, in which I cut the trees down. In one of the pictures, there's a tree, I believe, right here. Let me show it to y'all. Here's a tree. One of the trees, one of the pictures that I got is from those trees over there where you can see something running, because I was hearing some kind of activity, some kind of noise. But what happened is I had brought some chickens here because there were baby chicks and they grew, so I put them in a cage and I put them on top of the tree. When we came back the following day, we found the chickens laying on some bricks and their heads were cut off, right? When I had gone in here, there was no trees underneath this tree. And there was like a lot of trees that grew overnight. So what I did is I grabbed a machete and I cut the trees. As I cut the trees that grew, you could literally tell like there was like blood, traces of blood on the trees that grew underneath this big tree. And which to me it was weird, and you know, that's why I'm here just recording and showing y'all the area. But this where something did happen in that nature. Let me show you the area a little bit more. And all this area is connected to the Elms Grove and to the stories of what was told to me about the airport area, where they said that it could be native ground or native burial ground. I can hear movement behind me right now. So I'm here recording like this, see if I catch any kind of activity. I'm trying to sense, but I do hear a little bit of movement behind me, so I think that's my cue to leave. I'm trying to remember how I entered here. Yeah, I keep on hearing movement in there. There was movement behind me to the left. You know, I kept on hearing something there moving. Maybe the video might have caught it, but I kept on hearing movement behind me. So it's time for me to leave. And again, there's nothing welcome to follow me to my house at this time. But that's the video I wanted to make for y'all, brothers and sisters. If y'all do decide to ever come ghost hunt or whatever you want to do, research. All of Central Texas area used to be native land at one point in time. Just like Fort Hood, you know, we would see spiritual activity like this of shadow beings, this shapeshifter, werewolf-like creatures. When I was in the Army, that, you know, when you're in the Army, it's like, oh, just our imagination because you're tired, you know, it's late at night. But when I had my experiences here in Elms Grove and I could relate to what was happening in Fort Hood, then it became to me to know that what was happening on Fort Hood, here in Elms Grove, and within the Central Texas area is more of a territorial thing, which would be, how should I say, native land, possible Indian burial grounds. I know on Fort Hood, there was a mountain range where you can get to it. We cannot go up the mountain range because it's Indian burial ground. But anyways, brothers and sisters, I hope y'all enjoyed this live video. Right now, my stomach is very upset. So thank you all for tuning in. God bless every single one of y'all. And y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. And I still keep on hearing movement to my left. Let me see how we can go to the left. I keep on hearing movement in the, like something's trying to walk right beside me by the wood line. But thank you all for tuning in. God bless every single one of y'all. Peace.